Hello everyone, my name is Crystal Sabo. This is my final presentation, Tele-Psychiatry, for our MHA 16 Healthcare Management Information Systems class. This presentation is to introduce a proposal to implement a telepsychiatry program at ABC Healthcare to improve psychiatric care in the emergency room and throughout the rest of the hospital. ABC Healthcare is a small community hospital located outside the western part of Columbus, Ohio. It has 100 inpatient beds and a 24-hour emergency room that has 25 beds. Need for change. The State Mental Health Reform Act has caused an increase in the volume of mental health patients that are seeking care in ABC Healthcare's emergency room. This high rise in mental health patients is leaving hospitals, psychiatrists, and therapists with heavy caseloads that they're unable to keep up with. This results in delays in patient care, poor patient care, burnout of the providers and other healthcare workers, and decreased productivity. These issues have brought about ABC Healthcare's idea to implement a telepsychiatry system to solve the problem. Telepsychiatry, for those of you who aren't aware, it's a form of telemedicine. Telemedicine is defined as the use of telecommunication technologies to facilitate patient-to-provider or provider-to-provider communication. This system uses an audio-video system, which is shown in the picture, in which providers can see and assess their patients face-to-face just as if they were there in person. It allows for improved patient care, and at ABC Healthcare this means more psychiatric patients to be seen with quality assessments, and they can be done without rushing. Risk analysis. Risk analysis and management is a key project management practice to ensure that the least number of surprises occur while your project is underway. ABC Healthcare has designed a risk analysis strategy plan to help with a smooth implementation of the new telepsychiatry system, with emphasis on healthcare privacy and the protection of PHI. The IT team, along with a group of specialized physicians and other care providers, will be educated and trained effectively to ensure the protection of patient privacy. ABC Healthcare is compliant with the Department of Health and Human Services laws, including HIPAA, and they also honor and respect the patient's civil rights. ABC's idea to implement a telepsychiatry system arose from poor psychiatric care in the ER. With this in mind, they have added a patient satisfaction and feedback survey to allow for feedback that will point out areas of interest and areas that need improvement. Healthcare decision-making models. The Systems Development Lifecycle, SDLC, was used in the design of the project. First, the hospital used the planning and analysis stage, in which they first determined that there was a problem with their current system. Next, they used the design phase. The hospital weighed out all of its options, including costs and which vendors to purchase the products from. The planning, analysis, and design phase combined actually form the system acquisition process, which includes the development of a project steering committee, a defined scope, set goals, and a cost analysis. Third is the implementation phase, which is the go-live of the new system, followed by support and evaluation, which provides the project with feedback and direction for improvements and alterations. Health information technology is advancing rapidly and is changing the way we deliver our healthcare. HIT presents numerous opportunities for improving and transforming healthcare. These ways include reducing human errors, facilitating care coordination or continuity of care, improving practice efficiencies, and also improving clinical outcomes. This is especially important to this project because we're aiming to improve the psychiatric care of these patients to get them the quality care they need, set up follow-up care options, and ultimately avoid readmissions. This is a list of some of the key players that were involved with this project. CIO, the Chief Information Officer. This is the person that manages the IT department and leads the organization. The Chief Technology Officer guides the definition and implementation of the organization's technical architecture. The Chief Information Security Officer is in charge of security. The operations and technical support team manage the IT infrastructure. This includes the servers, networks, operating systems, and workstations. They're also in charge of tracking new information and deciding which systems may be beneficial to improving the organization. These key players play an important role in the hospital's success and will aid in the successful implementation of the project's go-live. It's also important to make mention of the applications team, because these will be the people that are teaching our providers and other care providers how to use the system. Data governance. Data governance in healthcare, also called information governance, is defined by AHIMA as an organization-wide framework for managing healthcare information throughout its life cycle, from the moment a patient's information is first entered in the system until well after they're discharged. According to the article, What is Data Governance in Healthcare? Simply stated, data governance in healthcare is important because it's vital for caregivers and leadership to have access to the right information at the right time and in the right format, so that proper clinical and business decisions can be made. You might hear of data governance as a growing term because technology is expanding rapidly. There's more access for patients, more access for providers, and we need more security because of how quickly and how fast technology is advancing. These are a list of the foundation of IT governance. The impact of telepsychiatry. Telepsychiatry brings psychiatric care to the emergency room. According to a survey done by the Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality, an estimated 1 in 8 emergency room visits involves a mental health or substance abuse condition. Most ERs aren't equipped to treat psychiatric patients. So this system will improve the care to the ER. It'll improve psychiatric care all over the hospital. It'll reduce delays in care. It'll be use of resources only when necessary, which means psychiatric care providers won't actually have to be on site, or if they are on site, there'll be enough of them to assess the patients that are there for their treatments. If there is a high demand, we can use the telepsychiatry system where they can remote in and assess the patients in a timely manner. This will also create a reduction of readmissions, and we'll be able to establish a better patient-provider relationship and establish follow-up care. This is a list of questions. Who is responsible for the telepsychiatry patients if the system fails? This is a great question, and a lot of physicians are hesitant and nervous about it going live. There will be on-call physicians in close proximity to the hospital available to come in if the system fails. In-house doctors are able to assess the patients as well, and if the demands are high, they'll determine if a provider should be called in or not. What is the plan for implementation and training? Online user classes will begin a few months prior to the go-live. These will introduce and familiarize users with the new system software. When the systems are brought into the hospital, applications will be staffed 24/7 to aid in the go-live and help answer questions, and they'll be there to troubleshoot. How will progress and patient-physician relations be measured and monitored? Patient and physician feedback will be asked for via frequent surveys. KPI, also known as Key Performance Indicators, will be tracked and monitored to determine progress and effectiveness, and these will provide the facility with direction on things that they need to improve and things that they need to change. I hope you all enjoyed my presentation of telepsychiatry and that this go live of this system will change psychiatric care in ABC Healthcare in the ER, in the entire hospital, and hopefully other hospitals like ABC Healthcare will be able to implement a similar project so that their psychiatric care can be improved and these patients can get the care that they need. Thank you.